Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Play My Music podcast. I am your host, Mark Reddick. I'm about to kick off another wonderful show today. So I have with me at the mic, Mark Cee, all the way from Babylon, New York, my home state. Let's show him some love, y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you,
I'm glad you could make it.
Oh, thank you so
today.
much for inviting me. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
We're going to slow this down a little bit and get to some conversation.
Sure.
So, Mark, tell us about yourself. How'd you get into this music industry?
Wow. So as far as industry, I don't know. I started. I've always had a love for writing music since I was a child. I was probably writing poetry long before I can ever play an instrument. When I was 25, I had a good friend that I knew from high school. He actually taught me how to play the basics of the guitar. So I had electric guitar first, and later purchased an acoustic that year. And when I was 25, 1995, and from that point, I just started playing, and just the love of it. That's what drove me to do it. And so couple that with writing songs. I've always wanted to be able to articulate the things that I had, the melodies I had in my head, into the guitar, to writing. So that was my goal. So 3 years later, I started recording my first set of music. There was mp3.com at the time for folks, that may or may not remember. So I was uploading over dial-up, believe it or not, loading tracks, and it was a free-for-all. Basically, loading tracks. I would review music that was posted on the site. So it was like trading reviews, right? So I was doing it because I like to write. I like listening to music. And ironically, I ended up getting involved in the IPO for mp3.com. So I ended up making some money off the stock. So ironically, it wasn't intended. But from that point, all this time, I had been working in the education industry. I was in the technology field, but I was working for universities in education. So music was always a hobby and always something I would do in my spare time. So from that point, several years later, I started recording more music. I got involved with CD Baby. I was releasing things, but nothing like really serious. I would play, and as far as like playing, I'd play like I had a local church group and stuff. I would play acoustic guitar, playing stuff. That was my thing. Always playing acoustic and electric. So fast forward to this year, or last year, 2025, late last year, I retired finally. So for all these years, I've been wanting to do a new album called Ghost Talk Show. So I shared the link with you. If you want to share it, it's here now link. So sure. I've released that up through CD Baby. There's 9 tracks on there. 3 we're going to discuss today. But my brother also writes, he likes to write lyrics. So he's listened to my melodies and he'll write lyrics, or he'll just come up with lyrics. So I put those lyrics. I also have my own songs that I write from start to finish. I play everything on these tracks. I sing. I try my best. Singing is not my forte, but I love playing guitar. I love, like I said, and in the process, I think the goal is to create something, but also to learn. So for me, it's a learning process. I don't. As far as it, being for commercial or to make a living out of it, I give a lot of credit to folks that can do that. Yeah. Obviously, the business, from the time that I first started recording, has changed markedly. It's not even the same landscape. So, right. And I think what's encouraging is today you have more of the tools. Like years ago, I didn't have an iPad. Absolutely. I didn't have. I think in some ways, there's more opportunity than ever if you want to create something and make music than there was, maybe when I first started I guess it's now been 30 years ago. And you don't necessarily need to have like major labels. You can kind of do it yourself, though. For distribution and all that other thing, that's a whole nother process. I mean, as far as marketing and that aspect, that's something else. But for me, I Obviously, I make music for stuff that I listen to it. So it more all of the music, I'll basically record something, and there'll be days when I record stuff or I'll make stuff, but I always do it for the goal of getting better because I want it when I listen back to it, I listen to how I play, and it makes me more conscious of what I'm doing. It makes me
Hmm.
more basically more in tune, and you get better, right? So I feel like I'm improving. But there'll be days, honestly, I'll record stuff, I don't like any of it. And then there'll be those moments, and this is what you live for, where you record a chord progression, or you put something down, and it comes to you, and then the lyrics are there, and it's
Hmm.
like you don't expect it, and it's like at that moment you try to capture as best. It's like catching lightning in a bottle. That's what I'm trying to do. So it's
That's.
addictive, right? So and it doesn't happen all the time. And honestly, there'll be times, over the years where I'll have a spurt of creative energy. Like it'll just come and all these ideas will come to me and I'll try to get them down, capture them.
Hmm.
And then I try to share them, share them out, and see some people say, hey, this sounded good, or, I get some good feedback, or they say, hey, you can improve this. The whole aspect of engineering and I honestly, it's a whole nother world, and I'm learning
Hmm.
more. But that's just something I honestly, it's a little bit. I would love to have somebody that really knows what they're doing to kind of help me with that.
Hmm.
But honestly, I kind of wing it. I basically use my iPad. I use GarageBand. I know about Logic Pro. I have a Focusrite interface. I plug in. I have a mic. Actually, I can. If you want, I can even show some of my setup. Let's see. I don't know if I can get in there. So I can change my background. Let's see, video and
Hmm.
effect settings. See if I can show you my background. Appearance, virtual backgrounds. Just do none. So you can see I have, microphone here. Uh,
Hmm.
Headphones, have my Focusrite. iPad is not here now, but in the back I have my guitars, and that's pretty much. It's a very simple setup,
Hmm.
but the goal being is I want to. I also have it in a room. I used to have it in my basement, so now I have a den in my house. So my goal is to be able to make recording as few barriers and as easy as possible. So when I get the inspiration, I can cut right over to right out of my bedroom into my next room and start recording and start putting stuff down. And then what I'll do is I'll go for walks. That's my other thing now. I'll go for a walk and I'll listen to the music on my phone,
Hmm.
for earbuds. I want to hear it. I'll listen on my radio. But if something's catchy, I keep working it. It's not just a one-off. I keep working at it and trying to
Hmm.
make it better. And that's the process. And I think for me, this whole like ghost talk show thing and the album, all the stuff, it's trying to kind of push yourself to make something. That's really the end game. It's trying to and make it better.
Yeah.
So that's what music is for me. Again, it's a hobby for me. I don't perform live. I do make music. I share it with folks, and people like it. Hey, that's great.
Hmm.
I play acoustic. It's mostly acoustic folk.